welcome to another edition of Suplexes, Scores, and Save Points. That hashtag SSS Pod. I am Ryan, and as always, I am being joined by my wonderful, magnificent co-host, the one, the only Nathan.
Damn.
What a week of wrestling we had. Yeah, it was the week after Royal Rumble, so we had the fallout of that, plus the build-up to NXT's Armageddon Day, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, what the hell was that called?
I forgot. Fucking, what is their takeover called? Takeover.
It's got a weird ass name.
Vengeance Day. That's what it's called.
Vengeance Day.
Vengeance.
Yeah, you were close. It was an old WWE pay-per-view name.
I knew it was one of those. I knew it was Vengeance, Judgment Day. They should have just said Judgment Day.
Yeah, it's actually got day in the name.
Whatever. So, but we also have ROH, NXT. We also have NXT, ROH, AEW, all that fun stuff to talk about as well. So let's jump into it with ROH.
Yeah, it was an actual episode this week.
Yeah, they actually came back from their whatever break, I guess, and we had actual matches. So we had a pure rules match for the ROH Pure Championship as Jonathan Gresham defends against Joe Keys.
Never heard of Joe Keys, but he did pretty good.
He did all right. I've never heard of him either, so this was a pretty good match, but Jonathan Gresham wins it, makes him tap. And so Jonathan Gresham is still your pure champion. No surprise there. I mean, as some guy I'd never heard of wrestling, so I figured. And then we had our main event of the Bouncers, who just signed brand new contracts, taking on the Original Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. Bennett apparently is injured. They had a backstage segment, and basically it was Taven trying to tell Bennett he doesn't need to wrestle because of his hurt ankle. But he wrestled anyway. This was a pretty good match. The Bouncers spent the whole match just working on Bennett's ankle.
Yeah, I don't know if he was really hurt or not.
I don't know. But Mike Bennett wins, or Taven wins this match with the trendsetter, a.k.a. Koji Clutch. But then after the match, the Righteous come out. And then the Bouncers, the Beer City Bruiser smashes a beer bottle over Taven's head. So
right.
So I guess the Bouncers may have broken up because one of them walked away from the other one. So I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens there. But a decent
sign the contract and they break them up.
Decent show, only 2 matches, but it was still a pretty good show. And then we get to a show that was well, it was surely a show. Monday Night Raw. We saw the return of Carlito on this show. Plus, Edge was on here to talk about his win. Yada, yada, yada. The show starts with Drew McIntyre and then Edge. And then Sheamus comes out. And Sheamus turns on Drew McIntyre, hits him with a brogue kick. So it looks like Drew McIntyre's next challenger will be Sheamus.
All right.
Interesting there. And we had a United States Championship match as Riddle took on Lashley.
Again.
This was not a match as Riddle just destroyed him, put him in the Hurt Lock, and Riddle got to the ropes. But
how many times have they wrestled each other?
A lot. And Lashley got disqualified, so Riddle was still champion, but Lashley just destroyed.
You mean Lashley's still champion?
Or Lashley is still champion. He just destroyed Riddle on this one. So, yeah. I'm not sure what this accomplished. But, yeah. And then we had the continuation of the Xavier Woods versus Retribution storyline.
Yay.
Woods pinned Ollie. That's all you need to know. So Woods now is 2-2 against Retribution.
Well, eventually the Retribution members are got to start turning on Ali because he's the only one that loses.
Yeah, Woods is now 2-2. So
why is he the leader? He's the loser.
This was not much of a match either. We've had two really short, not much matches so far.
Yeah.
We had the Miz TV with Bad Bunny segment. This led to Damian Priest coming out, which led to the Miz versus Damian Priest, and Damian Priest with a big win. So I will give him that big win for Priest on his debut on Raw. Looks like we might be having at Mania Priest and Bad Bunny versus Miz and Morrison.
Yeah, I didn't feel like Raw needed Priest.
No, but I guess it's where he went. So, and then we also had a Raw Tag Team Championship match as the Hurt Business, Benjamin and Alexander, took on the Lucha House Party. Pretty good match, but again, there was deception in the ranks of the Hurt Business as Alexander and Benjamin kept trying to one up each other. And at the end, Benjamin tags himself in and won the match, which Alexander was not too happy about, but MVP was able to calm him down. So I'm not sure what they're going to go there. I don't know why you'd break them up. They've been one of the best things on Raw. But whatever. Can't say tag teams too long in WWE, I guess. Except unless you're the freaking New Day. Number one contender, triple threat match for the tag team titles. Lana and Naomi won. That's all I need to know. They continued the Ric Flair, Lacey Evans, Charlotte bullshit. Also in this match was Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke and Charlotte Flair and Asuka. So maybe Lana's going to finally get her revenge.
Maybe.
Jeff Hardy and Carlito defeated Elias and Jackson Riker. Carlito did not look as good in this match as he did at the Rumble.
He was all right. He didn't do a whole lot.
This is more Jeff Hardy, and Hardy and Carlito win, so we'll see what that means. I don't know if Carlito's going to stick around or
what. Probably not. He really doesn't like WWE that much.
We had Edge shaking in Priest's hand, which is basically endorsing Priest, so pretty good, pretty big for Priest. Alexa Bliss defeated Nikki Cross as Bliss did her whatever shit again. She did where the lights come out and then she's wearing her.
Yeah, I didn't like this match at all.
This match is not good either. And then our main event, it's Randy Orton and Edge because why not? Edge won, of course, and Alexa Bliss also made her appearance during this match. So Edge defeats Randy Orton, and that was Raw. No real standout match. Every match was Damian Priest and Miz was probably the best match, and it wasn't that good. And next week, Randy Orton's taking on Drew McIntyre again because why not?
What the hell?
Just redo Randy Orton's every fucking feud he's ever done, apparently. Raw is getting unwatchable. If it wasn't for this podcast, I wouldn't watch it, honestly.
Yeah, I would. I'm almost to the point where I just want to catch the highlights.
I usually watch the first 2 hours, and I struggle, and then I usually go to bed and then watch the next hour the next day, and I skip everything.
Yeah, I'm almost gonna make it a highlight show.
I mean, at this point, they're not doing anything out of the extraordinary on the show.
I know, and it's WrestleMania season.
Yeah. So
I mean, if you ain't gonna do anything now, when are you gonna do something? I mean, shit.
Yeah. So we will go on. Let's talk about Impact.
Yeah, this week's episode. I don't know, man. I guess because Moose doesn't want to have this title shot yet for some reason, so now they got. I don't know. So dumb. But so Rich Swann has challenged Tommy Dreamer because Moose won't accept it. Why Tommy Dreamer? I do not know.
So what's the storyline that Moose doesn't want a championship match?
He wants to do it on his terms.
The fuck does that mean? Jeez.
Whatever that
All
means.
right, whatever that means, yeah.
So they were out there talking about their match and all this stuff. And then Chris Bay and Moose come out, or I think it was Moose first. And for some reason, Chris Bay came out. I still don't understand that. So your main event for this show is Tommy Dreamer and Rich Swann versus Moose and Chris Bay.
Awesome.
Yeah. We had Tasha Steelz versus Havoc. This was an okay match. It went a decent length. And Havoc defeated Steelz, so they're probably going to get a title shot again eventually for the Knockouts tag team titles. We had a big boy battle between Madman Fulton and Josh Alexander. And Alexander beat Fulton. So that's pretty cool. He beat him with a J driller, Ryan, on Fulton.
Damn.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers had a thing. Myers was mad because he hurt his eye and poked him, I guess because he got poked in the eye there last match. And he said that Eddie Edwards was going to get a match, but it wasn't going to be against Brian Myers. It was going to be against an opponent of his choosing. And then the person that he picked was Hernandez for some reason. And they started double teaming Eddie Edwards, and then Matt Cardona came out for some reason to help him. So it did not take long for Hawkins and Ryder to get back into a thing.
Yep.
So I'm guessing they're going to have a tag team match probably at No Surrender. So that'll be interesting. Larry D took on Crazy Steve. Not much of a match there. Larry D beat him. Jordan Grace versus Susan. Susie's, or whatever the fuck. Her third gimmick, Susan. This was crap. I didn't like this at all. And then afterwards, they had ODB come back. And so you have ODB and Jazz, who was supposed to retire, but now she's back full-time, apparently. So she flat out lied to that crowd that she said she was retiring. So that's great. So you got those three taking on Deonna Purrazzo and her lackey and Susan. So I'm thinking, is this going to lead to another Grace versus Purrazzo title match? Because surely not one of the old farts is going to get a title.
To Jazz.
I mean, I ain't going to guarantee it. Tommy Dreamer's fighting for the world titles. TJP took on Rohit Raju, non-title. Rohit Raju beat him. So X Division champion got beat. So I guess he's going to get another title shot. And then you had your main event. It was not good. It was pretty crappy. Tommy Dreamer tried to do stuff that he could not do. But in the end, Moose and Bay defeated Swann and Dreamer. So Dreamer and Swann have a title match and they lose. So they lose going into their title match. So that's great.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I don't understand that. So that was Impact. I don't know. We got to do some. We'll be doing picks for the No Surrender sometime this week, along with the NXT pay-per-view.
Yep.
And so we'll get some more Impact.
Yay.
I'm kind of interested to see where this Cardona Myers thing goes. Maybe that'll get interesting. I don't know. That's about the only thing I'm interested in, honestly.
Yeah. On to another company who's been really lacking as of late, MLW.
Yeah.
Their shows have not been good lately, and so let's see if this show's any better. First
Short
match,
answer, no.
first match was the Cinti Death Squad versus Jordan Oliver.
Fuck Jordan Oliver.
Basically, it's one guy and Davari versus. This was not very fun. This was a real quick, about 2-minute match. Jordan Oliver got the win.
If they start pushing those two, I might be done with MLW.
Yeah, post-match, Jordan Oliver said he wanted the world title. So there you go. Yay.
Fuck.
We had a tag team title match as Buko Dow and TJP took on Los Parks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up typical tag team match. It
was not good.
The win came LA Park Jr. I think it was. I don't know. There's Hilo Day LA Park. There's LA Park and LA Park Jr. I don't know which one's which. I know the big one's LA Park. That's the only one I know. One of them. Yeah, one of his sons.
The other big one's Junior.
One of his sons. One with a shoulder breaker because that's a finishing move in 2021.
Yeah.
After the match, TJP shoved Dow down, so it looks like this once partnership trainer situation is over. And then we have our main event. Oh, we didn't. We had Gino Medina versus Gringo Loco. We hadn't seen Gringo Loco in a long time.
Yeah.
He'd been gone for a while. We actually saw him wrestle in person one time. Back when we could still do those things. Gino Medina gets the win with a roll-up. But pretty good, pretty good quick match. Good way to build up this Gino Medina character. So,
right.
Yeah, that was the show. That was our main event. We had Kruger and Hammerstone had a brawl. It wasn't a match. This was billed as our main event. This was billed as a match. It was not a match. They pushed each other down and hit each other with stuff, and it was just. Then at the end of it, Hammerstone realizes it wasn't the real Kruger, and the cameraman on camera says, "We need to get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, yeah.
And then the real Kruger showed up, and the end of the show. So I don't know what the hell that was.
I don't know.
That was their attempt, I guess, at a cinematic sort of thing, I guess.
I guess.
Not every company needs to do this. Let's be honest.
No.
But,
they proved that.
Yeah, that was not a good episode either. Dude, this week's been lacking so far, so let's hope Impact and Dynamite and NXT can turn it around a little bit because
yeah,
we've had some real bad start to the week. And NXT pretty good, so we'll get to that. We had a NXT Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic semifinal match. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai versus Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. One point in this match, Catanzaro flew off like the lighting structure, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This was a good match. Everyone had their roles in this match. Casey and Carter used their speed, and then Raquel got in and threw him around for a while. This was fun. Very, very, very fun match.
Yeah, and we found out that move that Casey Catanzaro did to win that match last week is definitely the move because she did the same thing again. So apparently she's supposed to land
sideways and almost on her head.
I don't see that making a long career. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she did hit it, but they did kick out, and so in the end, it was Raquel and Dakota Gonzalez won with the powerbomb. So at NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day, they will be competing for the Dusty Cup Championship. Pretty good match to start the show off. Really, really put it in a good mood. And then we had Leon Ruff versus Austin Theory. Better than expected. Leon Ruff plays the underdog role very well. He sells like a beast. I love his selling.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're 140 pounds, I guess you're gonna have to sell.
Yeah.
But Gargano, Indy, and Candice all got involved throughout this, which led to Shotzi and Ember taking them away. I thought Ruff had it. Ruff almost got the win, but in the end, Austin Theory gets the win. Another solid match. At the end, Dexter Lumis also showed up. He ripped Theory's hair, and then sniffed it. Yeah. The Dexter Lumis character takes a weird turn. And then, so we had one of the coolest vignettes WWE has ever put on. It was for Tian Shaw, who apparently is the person behind Xia Li and Boa. Apparently, this is an old person. It's a legend. Apparently, the person is thousands of years old. This was probably the coolest video WWE's put on in a long time. This was fantastic. Really did a good job of selling this character and everything. So very hyped for that character. I don't know where it's going to go, but it is fantastic. A+ for me. A+ on that. So then we had a NXT Dusty Rhodes Men's Tag Team Classic quarterfinal match as Legado del Fantasma took on Lucha House Party. Going in, I mean, we all assumed this was going to be a wild, high-flying match, and it sure was. They had just shit everywhere. I can't even. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Shit everywhere.
This was nuts. In the end, though, Legado del Fantasma get the win. So.
Well, I didn't understand it. I mean, I do and I don't. I mean, I know you got Cross out there, ready to take him on for some reason. Got two heels going against each other, whatever. But you played, I know it wasn't on NXT. It was on 205 Live. But you played this feud up for over 2 months, and then he gets beat clean. It's his debut, basically his debut match on NXT, and he gets beat clean. After all that,
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know. But yeah. We also had Edge show up, and we had Finn Balor and Pete Dunne basically had a face-to-face, which led to Edge coming out. Edge put over the NXT brand as a whole and these two guys. He said the NXT puts the W in WWE while Monday and Friday focuses on the E, which was, I was like, okay, well, that was that was something. And Edge basically said that he could be cashing in on the NXT title. So we'll see.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that.
We had Jesse Kamea versus Tony Storm, which was a no contest because Mercedes Martinez came out. And then EO came out, which led to the triple throw, all three of them brawling. Yeah. Then we had Kurt Stallion and Santos Escobar, which you mentioned. Santos wins very easily. I mean, it was a good match, but...
Sorry, I kind of jumped ahead there.
It's okay. Santos defeats Kurt Stallion. I mean, it was a great match. But yeah, and then I still don't understand the Cross thing. I don't know why Cross is targeting Phantasma or Santos, but whatever.
It's because Santos said something about him, and that was it. But I don't understand why this is happening, and I don't understand why unless Kurt Stallion did something in the back to piss somebody off, because
I don't know. And Edge also met Karrion Kross in the back, in the parking lot. So interesting little development there. And then your main event, was another Dusty Tag Team Classic quarterfinal match as the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, took on Ciampa and Thatcher, who are all best friends now. After beating the hell out of each other 3 weeks ago, now they're just best friends. Yeah. This match had all the twists and turns you could expect from a NXT tag team match with these four in it. They had a bunch of near falls. The ending was insanity. There were super kicks and high knees and all this stuff. At the end, Strong was trying to get back into the ring. Ciampa hit him with Will's Bell. And Ciampa and Thatcher move on to the semifinals of the Dusty Cup.
Oh, boy.
So the semifinals will be Ciampa and Thatcher versus the Grizzled Young Veterans and Legado del Fantasma versus MSK. Overall,
I did not expect the Phantasma team to get that far.
No, not at all. Not at all either. That was kind of a shocker. But we actually had a good show as opposed to the other three shows this week. So,
yeah. Now we're going to get into Ryan's favorite show, AEW Dynamite.
It's time for, what was this, Beach whatever?
Beach Break.
Yeah. This was Beach Break.
But it wasn't on a beach, so I don't understand the name. Anyway, here we go. So, we had a tag team battle royal to kick this off.
Yay.
Yeah, a bunch of madness going on in this match. The Young Bucks said that if they won this thing, because they were in it, and if they win, they were going to challenge the Good Brothers. And but they got eliminated pretty, unceremoniously. Like, they got beat. They got thrown out with pretty early, honestly. They weren't in, the Final Four or the Final Five or nothing.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Tag team battle royals are always weird to me, but...
in the end of this, basically, it was just a bunch of madness. But the team that won this thing was Chris Jericho and MJF.
Woohoo!
So they get their title shot at the Young Bucks at the next, I guess it's at their next pay-per-view.
Revolution, I think, which won't be. I think they pushed that back till March.
Yeah, it's in March.
Yeah.
Sting and Darby had an interview, and I didn't really care much. I didn't pay much attention to it.
Same thing that they've done every single week with Sting. It's the same thing.
It's like WCW all over again, man. Remember whenever him and Hogan had their thing, and it went on for a year, and it was the same thing every week.
Jesus. It was announced though that next week Joey Janela will be challenging Darby Allin for the TNT title because Joey Janela deserves a shot at the championship.
What the fuck?
They tried to defend it on Twitter with Joey Janela saying Darby Allin wanted to face him, but it's still it doesn't make it better. That just means Darby Allin wants to fight people who aren't worthy. Come on.
Yeah.
You have a rating system for a reason.
Yeah. Thunder Rosa took on Britt Baker. This match was made on AEW Dark freaking a month ago. And they finally came to fruition, and Britt Baker got the win. So,
yeah, kind of.
I'm guessing Britt Baker is going to get a title shot eventually.
She should. She's the only she's the only person in the women's division getting pushed at all. So,
we had a not so good match with Adam Page and Matt Hardy taking on. Who'd they take on?
It was Hangman Page and Matt Hardy versus Chaos Project.
Yeah, Luther and
Serpentico.
Yeah. Fuck this match. That was not good. Anyway, Matt Hardy and Page won. No surprise there. Matt Hardy stole the win like he did with his tag team the other week. So that's his thing now. Apparently he's the the businessman that steals the thunder from other guys. I don't
know. Real quick, we had the announcement for the women's Eliminator World Championship Tournament. 16 women, 8 from the United States side, 8 in Japan. On the Japanese side, we have Asia Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, Vinny, Imi Sakura, Ryo Mizunami, Mei Saruga, and Rin Kadukura, and Maki Ito. I'm probably butchered all those names. But on the U.S. side, we've got NWA Women's Champion Serena Deeb, Riho, Britt Baker, Tay Conti. Riho's back, by the way. Tay Conti, Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose, Anna Jay, and Layla Hirsch.
Why is Riho not on the Japanese side?
Because she's in America, I guess. I don't know. But those 16 women will be competing. The winner will receive a women's championship match. So
I guess Britt Baker ain't getting the next title shot.
She's not in that tournament, so why not? Why don't we put our number one contender in we're number one contenders tournament? But I digress.
Yeah. Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford had their wedding. It was not good. They tried to treat it more like a legit wedding, and that's not what you do with wrestling.
It was supposedly, I heard rumors that it was a legit wedding.
I get it, but I mean, it's a wrestling wedding on TV.
Yeah,
you got to make it a little more interesting. I'm just saying.
Boring as hell.
Anyway, at some point, Chuck Taylor handcuffed Miro to a pole for some reason. I don't know how he even did that without Miro. I don't know. And then Darby Allin, the other little guy, Orange Cassidy was in the cake. And yeah. See, he's basically Hornswoggle. I mean,
so here's the thing. Everyone hated that Miro was doing these stupid segments in WWE. Then he goes to AEW and is another wedding segment where there's cake involved.
Yeah, they totally just did the same,
And then he did that stupid "What Is Love" and the whole crowd sang that stupid. Jesus Christ, this show.
Yeah, that was very, very indie.
This is it's an indie show. Like, people need to get over the fact that they're thinking this is an indie show on TV. It's all it is. And it's all it's ever going to be. Anyway.
Eddie Kingston took on Lance Archer in a lumberjack match. This was okay. Lance Archer got the win. So poor Eddie Kingston just can't catch a break.
Yep. Yeah, that match was
Marco Stunt got attacked got attacked kind of by Tully Blanchard, and that was a stupid segment. Marco Stunt needs to be fired. Anyway, here we go. So we had Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers take on Jon Moxley and the Death Triangles, Pac and Rey Fenix. This was a good match. This is a good 6-man tag. Bunch of crazy shit happening. As you noted, the Good Brothers apparently did some stuff in this match that had to be edited out.
Yeah, so apparently Dave Meltzer talked about it, and I believe it for this because he's in AEW. He's on the payroll. So apparently the Good Brothers kept doing, let's see. I'm just going to say it, jack off motions this whole match. So they said this was the most edited match in AEW history so far. That they couldn't show that, obviously, because it's a national wrestling company and you can't put that on TV.
Pretty sure that they ain't getting signed by AEW anytime soon.
The Good Brothers are literal just adult children. That's all they are. They have the dumbest jokes. They're just, I don't get them. I really don't get the hype for them.
I don't either.
This match was good. Don't get me wrong. I like them as wrestlers. I just don't. Their in-ring's fine. They're just characters outside. It's stupid. Yeah, but apparently they had to edit this match down a lot. So I don't know how long it actually was or what actually happened, because apparently there was a lot of editing in this show. So
Yeah, Ray Phoenix is the one that ate the pin. The Good Brothers hit the Magic Killer on him. Kind of sucked because he was doing so good in this match that they pinned him. But and then after the match, John Moxley gets attacked by a man under a mask, and it was Kenta.
Woo! And everyone on the internet at the same time shit their pants.
Yeah. So apparently, maybe New Japan is gonna start doing some stuff with AEW. I don't know.
Speaking of New Japan,
could be a one-off. I don't know.
Speaking of New Japan, they did have an announcement about their new TV show in America. It was
on the Roku channel.
It's going to be on the Roku channel, which is free, which is cool. If you have a Roku, any device, it is free. It'll be on the Roku channel every Thursday beginning at 5 p.m.
Yeah, I think it's just a highlight show though. Like it's just gonna have old matches.
Yeah. So this week, February 11th, I will be checking it out this week, and next week we'll see if it's anything good. A 1 hour weekly series beginning February 11th every Thursday at 5 p.m. It'll be available on demand. Additionally, the Roku channel will host a block of library content featuring key highlights from the 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling catalog with potential for the introduction of more historical content. So I'll check it out. I have the Roku channel. I have Roku TV.
Yeah, I do too.
I'll check it out, see what happens, see what it is. I'm assuming it's probably just going to be like a recap show, but we'll see. No, for sure. But yeah, big news. I don't know if the New Japan AEW thing is going to be a legitimate thing or not, but they at least did it for Kenta. So
yeah, so we had NWA's women's champion, or not women's champion, former women's champion on the show. We had Kenta from New Japan. We had the Good Brothers from Impact, and then we had AEW. So 4 different companies represented on one show.
You remember when I did a bold prediction that they were going to do a big pay-per-view with all of them?
It might happen.
So we do have the official, I think we talked about last week, but finally it will be set. The actual match is going to happen. It's going to be at the New Beginning USA, which is this month. February 26th.
There we go. Let's see. Let's go into some NXT UK.
We had 5 matches on the show this week, which is pretty crazy for a 1 hour show. We had Nina Samuels defeat Zaya Brookside. It was cool to see Zaya back on TV because it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
She's still so young, but she hasn't gotten, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, she's still so young, so she has time to improve, but she's still, like, as good as she was when she first got there, so.
Yeah. Some people just got it, man.
Yeah. Joseph Connors defeated Josh Morrill. Again, and the guy we hadn't seen in a little bit, Joseph Connors. Ilja Dragunov came back after his defeat of Walter to defeat Tyson T-Bone. And then he snapped, and then Sam Gradwell called him out. So that could be fun.
Sam Gradwell was out there the whole match, like heckling him.
Yeah, so that could be fun. Gradwell versus Ilja. Joe Coffey defeated Danny Jones. And then the main event, because NXT UK doesn't know what a cruiserweight is, Jordan Devlin took on Dave Mastiff.
And what a match this was.
I mean, this was supposed to be a cruiserweight open challenge. I don't know how Dave Mastiff fits into this, but he did.
It was a hell of a match, and somehow Jordan Devlin beats Big Dave Mastiff.
It was good, but again, so we've got the Cruiserweight champion on NXT battling Karrion Kross, and we've got the Cruiserweight champion on the UK taking on Dave Mastiff.
Well, I mean, at least they're not just treated like, cruiserweights anymore.
That's cool. I'm all for it. It's just weird that was supposed to be a Cruiserweight open challenge. But so a very, very, very positive show again for UK. They seem to be firing on all cylinders now. Now that they're back, so
they do all kinds of good stuff.
Speaking of good stuff, Smackdown.
Yeah, you say good. I say semi-good.
Roman Reigns starts the show off The whole and talks about how Edge. He said, "The future is Edge." He said Edge needs to say that he's challenging him. Essentially, he said you disrespected him by making him wait. And he said he's not leaving, and Edge did not come out. So, yeah,
It's probably going to be Roman and Edge at Mania.
it probably will be. Edge, basically, Roman said you have to the end of the night to give me your decision. We had Dominic Mysterio and King Corbin once again because why not? Pretty good match. Corbin attacked Dominic and Ray before the match even started. Dominic, this was like a 2 commercial break match. So Ray and Dominic are the faces, but Rey Mysterio cheats and helps Dominic win. Because that's what a face does in WWE, apparently.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Ray hit under the ring and grabbed Corbin's legs, and allowed Dominic to hit the 619 and hit the frog splash. And Dominic with a big win.
Did Dominic know he did it?
Maybe that's going to be the Mania match. Maybe Dominic's going to get mad at Ray helping him.
Maybe.
But Dominic gets a big win. And then in a fantastic match, Daniel Bryan and Cesaro once again wrestle. I could watch them wrestle every week, and I probably would be okay with it.
Yeah, but it was really short.
Very short. That was the only downfall. They didn't give him much time. It was a one in between commercials, so it wasn't even a very long match. But Cesaro ended up making Bryan tap out to the sharpshooter. So big win for Cesaro. The new Cesaro, who just signed a brand new contract supposedly. So good for him. Yeah. Telling all the marks, I'm not going anywhere because everyone's like, he's going to leave. Oh, he's going to go to AEW and do nothing because no one does anything over there.
Ryan.
We had Bianca backstage with Kayla just talking about her decision. We had Bayley take on Ruby Riott. Billy Kay was on commentary. Essentially, Billy Kay ended up distracting the referee and allowing Bayley to get the win with her new weird face buster finishing move. And so Bayley gets the win, and then Billy Kay tried to give Bayley a resume. So Billy Kay is just one of the highlights of the show every week. Bianca comes out, talks about who she's going to challenge, which leads to a voice I'd never heard before, and it was Reginald coming out. Didn't know who this was. Reginald says you can't beat Carmella. You wouldn't be able to beat Asuka, and you wouldn't be able to beat Sasha. So Carmella then comes out, which leads to Sasha Banks coming out. This was something. It was a segment. So bad. Yeah. Bianca ended up whipping Reginald. It's gonna be Bianca and Sasha. Let's not get ourselves. That's the money match. Then we had Chad Gable and Otis versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Roode and Ziggler got new music, so that's something.
Yeah.
They get the win as well. So new music and a win as Ziggler and Roode get the win. The tag team division of SmackDown so strong right now. The best part of this match, it was kind of annoying, was the Street Profits on commentary for the whole match. I thought it was going to be like a pop-up thing where they just show up. But no, they just were on commentary for the entire match. It was okay. It was kind of funny, but it got kind of old pretty quickly with them sitting on commentary the whole time. And it wasn't like they were out in the outside. Like they were in, like it was like a pop-up window on the bottom of the screen the entire time. It was super annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we had Hulk Hogan. We're going to skip that. I mean, Hogan talked about Andre and whatever. About 33 million people watched the main event, whatever. Then somehow it led to Edge, and I don't understand how it led to him talking about Edge.
Former tag team champions together, you know.
Yeah, whatever. Then we had a Intercontinental Championship triple threat match as Big E defends against Apollo and Sami Zayn. Apollo looked really good in this match. Apollo got the majority of the offense, and I It was really good. Very good triple threat match. Sammy got gorilla press into the timekeeper area, and then Apollo got into the ring right into the big ending, which means Big E retains the Intercontinental Championship. Very good match. Then we had our main event, which was Edge and Roman going at it, just talking. And then at the end, Kevin Owens attacks, gives him a stunner, and leaves. So Owens and Reigns apparently is not done.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I remember this match show, it actually wasn't that good. I take back my segment of it being good.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know what you were thinking. Anyway, let's get into some 205 Live real quick.
You mean Ever Rise Live?
Yeah.
The show kicked off with Samil Singh and Matt Martel versus Tony Nese and Arya Daivari.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. They kept calling them Bali Rise, which was funny. The commentators did. But yeah, I don't know why this tag team match happened. It was something. But Tony Nese and Arya get the win because
Arya Daivari is just winning every week now.
I don't know. I think we should be the number one contender here.
Oh, what happened to Mansoor? He's undefeated. He should be number one contender.
Yeah, he hadn't been on the show in a while. Then our next match was Jake Atlas and August Gray. Very good match these two had.
They were supposed to wrestle last week until Daivari put himself in the match.
This was very fun. August Gray gets the win, which surprised me because I figured Atlas was going to get the win.
Atlas is kind of weird. Like they have him win, then he loses for a while, then he wins, then he loses for a while.
I thought Atlas was going to get the win, but August Gray gets the win. But then after the match, it's Daivari and Nese again. They come back out and attack both guys. Daivari basically ends the show. So this is Daivari's show now. Like 205 Live is just Daivari's show.
It has been for a while. He's definitely going to surpass his brother.
Yeah, for sure. But two matches, but very good. 205 Live continues to put on really good matches every week. So.
Yep. Now we got New Japan Strong real quick. It wasn't not as great of an episode.
It's going to get better because their new show, or that the big show that they're going to do is actually going to be on Strong. So I can't find results for this freaking show. There it is. We had Moxley was on here again. He did an interview. They're playing up this match pretty big. But the first match was the DKC defeated Kevin Knight. The DKC continues to get pushed. Moxley interviewed about Kenta and basically just build the match up. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect from that match.
Yeah, I don't either.
And then we had Bateman, Jordan Clearwater, Adrian Quest, and Mysterioso defeated Brody King, the Regal Twins, and Barrett Brown. A multi-man match. It is what it is.
Their damn 8-man tags get so annoying.
It is what it is. It was a match. And then Ray Horos defeated TJP. We have a guy from AAA and a guy from MLW competing on a New Japan show.
Yeah.
And this was his debut on this show, Ray Horos, and Ray Horos got the win. So TJP was on TV 3 times this week and lost every match. Just a little fun fact for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on 3 different shows.
He was on MLW, Impact, and New Japan, and lost every match.
That's insane.
But yeah, they said that that the New Beginning tour will be two weeks, and they'll each be episodes of New Japan Strong. So that's going to be interesting. With So night one will be headlined by the junior heavyweight title match, or it'll be Leo Rush versus, not junior match, but it'll be Leo Rush versus El Phantasmo. And then night two will be Kenta versus Moxley. So pretty big matches there. That's coming up in like next week, I think.
Yeah.
So we got some big stuff coming up again. This Sunday, Valentine's Day. Sorry, women, we're going to be watching wrestling.
Well, you might.
I don't have a woman to tell me no. We got NXT Valentine's Judgment. I already forgot it. I already forgot what the hell it's called.
Vengeance Day.
Vengeance Day. That's what it's called. Yeah, we got Vengeance Day Sunday again, and Saturday, I'm pretty sure we've got the Impact pay-per-view.
No Surrender.
No Surrender. So, pretty big night. Pretty big week of wrestling. So, okay, so thank you for joining us. No, you're not playing it now. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Check out the other Todd podcasts, the video game and the sports podcast, plus the bonus episode this week. Social media at SabraiENT. For Nathan, I am Ryan, reminding you to always score if you can, save if you must, but always suplex when necessary.
Later.